Hello, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to start this video by telling you a quick story of how I got into commercial diving and how I became a commercial diver. So it was around about 6.5 years ago, and at the time I was working mainly as a swimming teacher and lifeguard in a school, and I fancied a change in my career. And quite randomly I came across commercial diving through brief research on Google. I found a commercial diving school in Scotland that offered a one-day introduction to commercial diving, and I was living in Manchester at the time. I decided to ride my bike. It was a CBF 1000, a red sport tourer. Anyways, I decided to ride from Manchester to Fort William, where the school was, to try it out to see what commercial diving was. And as part of that course, they introduced us to the equipment that was being used, and they let you actually carry out a short dive in an indoor pool. And I remember the first time that the instructor put the helmet on my face. It was the first time I tried a full face helmet. I actually didn't like it. I felt quite claustrophobic, but I remember he told me it's quite normal. It's a weird sensation. Just think about your breathing, and as soon as you go in the water, it will be better, because you don't have to worry about all this weight on your shoulder, because the equipment are relatively heavy, especially whilst you're on surface. And the exact thing happened. As soon as I went into the water, it felt a lot better, and I really enjoyed being on the water, being able to talk with someone on surface, and I was just fascinated by the whole concept. So I decided to basically quit my job, get rid of everything I had, and go and become a commercial diver. And ironically, it was almost exactly 6 years ago when I finished my commercial diving course. It was a just over 3 months course, a place called the Underwater Centre in Fort William, and I have been working as a diver ever since. The first year I was in the Orkney Islands in Scotland, and the following 5 years I have been working here in Norway. Now, it brings me to the title of this video, closed bell saturation diving. So earlier this year I decided to sort of pursue my career as a commercial diver a little further by making the decision to do this course. And I'm glad I did, because so far I'm only less than half into this course. I've been really enjoying the course. So I'm in a place called nyd. It's the name of the school. It's just outside Oslo, and the first 2 weeks we've been mainly doing sort of an advanced first aid course called DMT, which stands for Diver Medic Technician, and also been introduced to the closed bell environment and doing practical dives as well. So we the whole course is about 5 weeks, 2 weeks in so far. And I wanted to bring you along with me because when I started this channel, initially I did a few videos about commercial diving, and that was one of my goals with this channel, to introduce commercial diving to people who had perhaps no idea what commercial diving was, because I still meet so many people that when I tell them what I do for a living, they have no idea what it is. So it's not a very common profession. So when I got into diving, I struggled to find a lot of material out there to explain what diving was, and what commercial diving exactly was, and what to expect. So that was one of the goals when I first started this channel. But then the channel sort of evolved into more traveling and motorbikes, which is something I'm very passionate about. But anyways, I wanted to bring you along with me, because it is quite a significant part of my career to decide to pursue saturation diving, and I'm very excited. It's a very interesting concept where you basically can dive to hundreds of meters and be in a saturated environment. So I'm very excited. So over the next few weeks, I have already got some footage, bits and bobs during the course. We have a GoPro that we've been doing some sort of underwater footage and being inside the bell. So there's only a few places in the world that you can do the saturation diving course. One of them is NYD, which is where I am now. So, like I said earlier, 2 weeks into the course, the next week will be some theory and an exam, and the last 2 weeks will be in a place called INPP, which is near Marseille in France, where we will be doing the deep dive. I believe we dive into 80 meters. And I'm also going to try my best to show you around the school. They have different stations here for the main air diving course that they do, to basically introduce the students to different disciplines of diving, from scuba to surface applied, and also introduce them to different tools and tasks that they are expected to do as a commercial diver. The thing with commercial diving is it can vary so much. There's most of the time you're not doing the same task every time. So from job to job, you're expected to do different tasks, which is the reason why they have different stations and they're teaching students the use of different tools. So I'm going to try my best to introduce you or show you the school as best as I can, and also introduce you to the class. There's 8 of us in the class. All of us have been diving for quite a few years. Well, hopefully you find this video entertaining, and by the end of it you have some sort of an idea of what saturation diving or closed bill diving is all about. Morning.
Flood valve, whole stop open. Safety valve, whole stop open. Flood valve closed. Bilge train closed. Bottom hatch equalizer valve closed. Bell to 13 bar.
So we're on station 5 now, where we've been doing most of our practical diving. We've done 11 dives so far, correct, Alvin? This is number 11, right? So most of the dives has been familiarizing ourselves with the system, and also carrying out different checks and doing rescue dives as well. So today's dive was doing a rescue dive. And the last set of divers are in the water and, with the bell, which is down in the water. So what normally happens is the divers go inside this chamber, which is called the TUP, transfer under pressure. They get pressurized to the same depth as the bell, and then they transfer into the bell, and the bell is lowered down to depth. We have divers in the water, but I just want to quickly show you the panel. Am I in the way? Not in the way. So over there we have the panel. So the guys are recording the dives and carrying out the last simulated exercise, which today was actually exercise for lost comms to the diver, where we have a certain set of procedure to carry out to go and get the unconscious diver, and using a rescue winch bring the diver up. We have a GoPro, so hopefully we've been able to get some shots here and there to be able to show you exactly how it works. So last dive, like I said, after this we're going to be taking the chamber, the bell up, packing everything down, and following a checklist we pack everything down. Basically, every procedure we do, there's a checklist for it, for opening, setting up, and closing down, just to make sure we don't miss any steps.
Whatever. What you did.
See when you're ready to close the doors as well. Okay, then you can make a seat. Hot water diver 1, open. Hot water diver 2, open. Hot water dump, closed.
Okay, so now we are simulating, we're doing an exercise and simulating bringing an unconscious diver from the bell to the main chamber, which is here. So I'm going to show you. So the diver is going to be in the bell inside there, and then we're going to transfer them to the TUP, which is this chamber part here, and then we're going to bring the diver inside. And these are the DMAC first aid kits we have in the chamber. This one's for the circulation, this one's for the airways, and then we're not sure what the scenario is, so that's going to be they're going to tell us as it happens. So we're going to be two persons here, two divers in the bell, and then we're going to bring the casualty here. So obviously it is quite cramped. Communication is key, and also making sure that we're not banging the diver head onto any of the metal surfaces. Bring them here. We're going to have communication to topside, the supervisor outside during the whole time, and then we'll take it from there.
120 meters.
Hydro tide 120 meters, roger.
He has been diving for over 3 hours.
Okay.
They are putting him in the neck collar in the bell now.
Roger. Ventilation kit open. Can you get his head in first, Adam?
Okay, can you try and help me as best as you can? I'm gonna try to protect you, right? Come on then. Okay.
Find his head as you go to the right.
Person leaving his head to
Okay.
chamber guys.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Well, you are in charge of the patient. You have the head.
Roger, watching the head. Okay, can you hold his leg?
I got his leg. I'm letting his leg go. I'm coming in.
Okay. Okay, slowly lower his body. Good. Okay, I'm gonna drag him a little bit back so you can get it. Aaron, you're on the legs. On 3, we're going to lift him up on the seat, okay?
Okay.
Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, top side, we've got him on the bench.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Can you reassess the patient? You have moved
Roger.
him quite a bit.
Can
You can rotate compression and bagging.
Roger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 breath.
1, 2.
Okay, back with CPR. 1. Let me know when you're delivering shock again, Chris.
Maybe you should think about iGel and bagging on the iGel.
Roger, getting the iGel ready. Count.
5, 28, 29, 30.
Okay.
6, 27, 28, 30.
1, you want to swap? You can swap. Yeah. 2. Back on CPR.
Do not touch the patient.
Stay
Stay
clear.
clear.
Stay clear.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
Analyzing.
It's charging now.
Charging.
Stay clear.
Clear.
Shock coming.
Okay, we can do
Continue CPR. Continue.
this. Continue CPR.
16, 17, 28, 30.
It's adjusted to 250 mil for the next 15 minutes.
Thank you. Perfect.
6, 7.
And exercise.
And exercise. And exercise. just wanted to give you a little update of what's been happening with the course. So end of week 3 now. Today is Saturday the 16th. We had the main exam yesterday, which contained questions about diving physics, regulations, and some general knowledge about the saturation environment. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to show you some of this stuff. So this was the main manual, which contained diving physics, some diving medicine, injuries and decompression illnesses that could happen, and how to sort of be able to treat different conditions within the saturation environment, some legislation. So here the main document that is followed is called the NORSAC U100, which is this document, which is basically a guideline for offshore diving here in Norway and the Norwegian sector of the North Sea. There's a document very similar called the IMCA version of it, which is very similar, that is used internationally as well as in the British sector. This was for the Diver Medic book that is completed, and I'm glad to have passed the exam yesterday, so that's all done. And tomorrow morning we have a very early flight. Well, we are leaving here, the school, at 3 in the morning. The flight's at 6 and we're going to Marseille. I'm very excited. Just give you an idea of what the week is going to look like. So we have 2 weeks left. We're going to have 2 days of familiarization with the school we're going to, called INPP, and then we're gonna, as part of the familiarization, we're going to be diving, and then the main SAT dives will start, which we're going to do it in 2 groups, and every group will be there for 3 days. Short diving, but obviously because of the depth, we'll be in the chamber decompressing. And here's that, hopefully it's focusing. And also the other day we had a look at the hyperbaric lifeboat. This school actually has an old hyperbaric lifeboat and a chamber nearby, which we looked at. I'm going to show you some footage from that, and Ed, one of the guys in the class, had actually did a little good explanation about that, so I'll show you that. And the next time I'll catch up with you will be in France, Marseille, INPP, and show you around the school and the system there, hopefully, and get ready for the diving there. Can you explain what this is, Ed?
Which?
Where we are, what this vessel is for?
Aha, right. So when the SAT system on the vessel would encounter difficult living environments for the vessel, we would have to evacuate. Now, because we are in saturation, we wouldn't be able to return to service and get in a normal lifeboat in an appropriate amount of time. So what we would do is transfer into this vessel, which is essentially another chamber wrapped in a lifeboat, with 72 hours of life support to facilitate the continuation of life, and we would evacuate the ship and the SAT system, disconnect once we've made a seal over there with the hatch, and disconnect and avoid being burned alive on a ship. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just wanted to give you an update of what's been happening. So we arrived here at INPP yesterday, and today we've had the tour of the barge where we're going to be diving from. So we've just done all the checklist, and now the first set of divers are going in to the bell. We are the last Seth, me and Ed are diving together. So the first dive is just to get familiar with the bell, do the checklist, and do a couple of rescue dives and get familiar with the system. And it's quite loud here. We're on a barge and they have compressors and engines running, so I hope you can still hear me okay. So I thought I would show you around a little bit of the barge and also some parts of the diving. The weather here in Marseille is quite windy at the moment, so potentially the main deep dive at the end is going to be delayed by a few days, but we just have to play it by ear and see. Behind me there is the main bell that we're going to be diving from. The guys are just doing checklist. Behind me is the TUP trunk, which we use for transferring from the chamber into the bell. And this here is the main living chamber, which we haven't gone inside yet. That's for the main dive, but that's where we'll be living for 3 days inside saturation, using the transfer lock to transfer into the bell, and the bell will drop down to the depth of where we are diving. So we're on a barge, and they use the tugboats just down there to move the barge into position when we are doing the dive later or next. Yo, Ed, want to say hello?
All right, mate. What are you doing here? So yeah, what are we doing? We're just getting ready for the first bell run.
Yeah, I just did a little explanation of what we've been doing, getting familiar with the system.
Okay, yeah.
The first two divers are doing the checklist, and me and you are last.
Well, last person going, so yeah.
Which is Ed, my bell partner. He's got to climb into the bell, and it's a tiny bell, and he's a large man.
Oh shit.
You've made it.
I'm in.
So now the instructor is going to show us how to operate all the valves and do the checklist inside the bell. So this is the bell that is going to take us down to
80 meters.
80 meters.
Which is fun to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Going to rumble, and water's going to flood in, and it's going to look quite cool. It's one of our favourite things, right, mate? Yes, sir.
Can you make sure you're on onboard gas, please?
Roger that. Diver 2 is on onboard gas.
Diver 1 should be on main gas.
Diver 1 is on main gas.
Okay, Diver 2, open flood valve and close this one match.
Roger that. Opening flood valve. We have water inside the bell, flood valve closed. Stand by a second. Wait, Ed. Okay, now we're filming.
Now we're filming.
So we have Teddy all kitted up with his Kerry Morgan mask, helmet correction. And we have
Teddy's papa.
Teddy's papa all dressed in. What was your kid's name again?
Leon and Magnus.
Okay, so hello to Leon and Magnus. We're about to do the last dive before the main sat dive, which will be next week. So we're doing some rescue drills and some familiarization, and that will be that for today.
Looking forward to seeing you boys. Have fun.
Morning, boys.
Alright, mate. Are we filming?
We're filming.
Okay. Have a good one, chaps.
Good morning. So I am glad to confirm that everything went well with my dive. So we went in on Monday and came out the chamber on Wednesday, around about 50 hours of both diving and being in the decompression chamber. And Wednesday they prepared the system for the next team. So 8 of us, 2 teams. I was in the first one, and the second team went in yesterday. So we all went out yesterday morning. The barge got towed out into the location, and the second team has done the diving, and today's Friday, so they will be in the chamber all day today, and they should be out tomorrow morning. So I am going to just say hello to the boys and show you a little bit what's going on around the SAT support whilst the divers are in the chamber. I really enjoyed the diving. So there was a few bell runs and a few dives, around about 2 hours of diving altogether. The deepest dive was just over 80 meters on the bottom where we were anchored up. Good morning! How are you? How are you?
Tout va bien.
Ça va bien?
Tout va bien.
Perfect weather.
Impeccable.
Salut. Going to say thank you.
Allez.
Gonna say hello to the boys. Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va bien? Ça va?
Oui.
Bonjour, Sebastian.
Hello.
You okay?
Yes, and you?
Yeah.
You know what to do?
No.
Here.
You press that?
On down, and you can
Okay.
talk.
Okay.
Ouais, c'est Seb. Salut.
Je voudrais savoir si tu peux lui envoyer les
Les copies, tu dis?
Ouais, les plongées.
Ok, je vais dire à Romain.
Merci.
You can talk if you want.
Thank you. Good morning, gents. It's Poya. What's happening? All good? You need a camera?
Just 1 minute. Inside, can we take the medical lock now? It's closed and secure? Okay, we take it. Okay, you can.
Okay, I'm just gonna show the medical lock.
Je vous t'entends?
J'ai compris ce qu'il a dit.
Je peux.
Il est en train de te filmer. Quand tu prends le sas, tu peux prendre le sas.
Yes. Ok. Merci. Ok pour le sas.
You pressure.
Yeah?
Après, ok. After, ok.
Then you pressure it.
Control.
Mm-hmm.
Control.
Control.
J'ai compris ça, Michel.
Ok, pas de fuite.
Bien reçu.
Ok.
Okay.
Contrôle, contrôle, contrôle.
So this is the medical lock, they call it, that they can send in food and supply or anything needed inside the chamber. It's operated, so the SAT control will give the final confirmation. They bleed the pressure, open the lock, put any things inside, and then secure it. And in the other side, they will open. No problem. Did you want anything from the shop, any of you?
Moi, je t'ai fermé l'arme. On va travailler plus pour gagner, moi. Voilà, voilà, les mecs. Maintenant, vous m'avez élu. Vous allez tous me faire enculer. Vous allez travailler plus pour gagner, moi. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Non, tu décolles.
So I wanted to make the best out of today, which tomorrow is the official end of the course, and beautiful day. I decided to rent a bike and explore the area a little bit. So I rented the bike this morning in Marseille. I got a Royal Enfield Himalayan. If you know me or you've been seeing my videos, you know how much I love Royal Enfield, and I have one back home in England, different model. So I've been enjoying the Himalayan today and literally hugging the coast from Marseille and going southeast past Cassis, and I'm heading towards Toulouse. And I've just stopped here at this, well, I'm going to show you the view. Absolutely beautiful. So I've just stopped to enjoy this scenery and relax a little bit before continuing to ride. I've got some recommendations from a local friend, so I'm going to continue riding today and going to share some footage and pictures from today and the ride, and I will see you tomorrow morning, which is the, yeah, like I said, last day of the course. The boys are coming out around 8 in the morning, and we are all having lunch tomorrow just to kind of celebrate the end of the course, and then we will all go back to wherever we've come from. Some going back home, some going to work, and yeah, it's quite a surreal feeling to be done with the course and just enjoy south of France and this glorious weather. So nice to be riding. The road's been are obviously it's end of September now, so it's becoming off season. The road's been pretty quiet, beautiful weather.
Will it work? Or will we just build everything? Are we spilling
We're
everything?
spilling a little bit.
I'll have the top toss.
Exactly.
There we go. Brilliant. Like pull a straw, or what do you?
Yeah. Okay, so this is where we're gonna spend 3 days. Cozy little chamber.